Alright, it is Friday, July 29, maybe? 2023. We're at the firewood project. I don't know how many weeks we're into this, but let's have a quick look at what we did today. We'll just walk the job site, make sure we got all our tools. So back here is a brush pile, active I guess. He's been dumping some stuff here, so I just took the brush cutter and we cleaned up in here to make sure there's no logs that need to get processed that a new homeowner might complain about. We took the brush cutter through here after we pulled out that stuff and this stuff, so we went through here with the brush cutter and just made sure there's nothing else that needs to get addressed. Gave it some room. Maybe we're going to stack some firewood back here. We'll talk about that in a minute. So this here, I'm having a feeling, is poison oak. I think those look like oak leaves and they're shrubs. I think they're poison oak. And I think I saw some poison ivy mixed in here too for a bit. So we're just trying to be cautious as we're moving about here. So this stuff was all in there, so we moved it all over there, took the brush cutter, cleaned that up. We're going to wait on that because I think there's a bunch more what I think might be poison oak, poison ivy in that sector. We moved this log out, so now this is going to be open so we can measure a certain distance so his tractor and skidster can get through here to maintain, and he can do his maple syrup because that's a maple tree. Yeah, so we're moving along. Over here we're working on this very decaying old pine tree. I think we're putting a lot of stuff here because this is like a big depression. Hard to tell from this angle, but I assure you my ankle twisted a couple times in there. And my thought is to take this big brush pile we have here, rent the chipper, chip it, fill in all of this with chips and level it out, and then this will be a nice place to stack firewood. That's the plan. Moving over here. And then we did a little bit over here. I noticed when I was walking next to here, these look like all, these might be like from cross beams, crossbars, cross something that they use on telephone poles, perhaps. I don't know. It's kind of what they look like, but they're in rough shape. They're like, most of them are decaying or some reasonable ones. But the plan is, since they are 4 foot long and the other shorter ones are 3 foot long, I think I'm going to pull out some good ones and we're going to find a spot over there and put the 3 foot ones on the bottom, the 4 foot ones across on top, and start stacking whatever good firewood is over there to start cleaning up all of that. And whatever is, yeah, you know, they got nails in them, so it's not suitable for a chipper. So I think whatever is not functional, so far decay, we're just going to throw on the burn pile. But you can see we have, looks like a water tank back here, and it's probably hard to see, but I noticed after I cleaned up some, there's a black something standing upright back there. So it looks like we need to clean up a bit more once we get this wood out, just for you know, a new homeowner probably doesn't want surprises. It takes away from the resale value, I would guess. So that's where we are. It's a hot day. Whew. I think Todd, the weather guy, said oppressive. Going to be in the 90s. I don't know, like 100% humidity. Smoke from Canada. So we got out early here today to do some work, and then we're going to hopefully get in the pool and do some ice skating. Okay, so we're in search of a couple of things here, and we did notice there's like a lot of firewood that has to get, or logs that have to get dealt with. There's some chain link fence that might work good. A bunch of old pallets, they look pretty beat, so if nothing else they probably just got to get to a burn pile. It's not good to chip that stuff, a lot of nails. But we got some other logs in here. This is a big ass log. It's like a 4 or 5 foot diameter log. So somehow this all has to get processed. It almost feels that if we cleaned up some of this, we could make it'd be a nice place to stack some firewood. But let's see what else we got. More firewood back in here. Well, log. Alright, so this is what I was pondering. So we got some stakes. This must be where he had stored some firewood before. You can see it's been a couple years, right? Some old pallets. Probably some Tyvek to keep weeds down. Looks like a nice deer run through here. And some posts back there, which maybe is a property line. Yeah, I think his property goes back farther. Hard to tell exactly what's going on here, but there are some metal stakes in the ground, probably for stacking firewood, but where's the other side of stacking firewood stakes? Unless he did a face cord 8 feet long over to these, but we got some old pallets and stuff. But I might need some of those stakes if we're going to stack wood in the other area to get that area cleaned up first. So he had mentioned he had plastic pallets for stacking wood, so that might be what that is, or maybe an old area to keep the weeds down. And then these are stakes, and those are stakes, and there's stakes here. This looks probably like where the, I don't know just exactly how he had it set up, but we found some plastic pallets we could try, and we'll have to pull up some of these stakes. We got a lot of old pallets, more stakes, so I think we can, pallets, I think I can probably pull up some of these stakes and use them over there. I just have to make an attempt. Okay, well, I think gonna need some of these posts, so somehow I gotta get in here and get some posts next time. We got some of that other wood to start using for a base. Yeah.